Hello and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Judith. Tonight I'm going to do a vegetarian, actually vegan dish. So it's going to be a chickpea curry. Got pretty much everything I need here. My chickpeas have been soaked and boiled. I have my spices ready to go. Garlic and ginger, coconut milk, some tomato puree, and onions. Once you've soaked your chickpeas overnight, they're still going to be hard, just not quite as hard as they were. You need to rinse them, drain them and rinse them, because you want to get that baking soda off. So once they've been rinsed, we are going to put them into a pot of clean cold water and bring them to a boil. And then we're going to boil them until they're soft, but not squishy. So you don't want them too soft, but you do want them to be able to crush between your fingers. These, as you can see, split in half, but they don't crush. So we need to get them boiled so that they are softer. So our chickpeas have had about half an hour on a very low simmer. And we're going to check to see if they're soft enough. Okay. There we go. It does crush between my fingers. Still has quite a bit of resistance, but that's okay. We don't want them total mush. So we're going to turn them off, and we're going to take them, drain them, and set them aside while we make our curry sauce. So I have my pan here, and it is an earthenware pan. I did soak it, so if you see steam or smoke rising from it, it is the steam from the water evaporating, because I haven't used it for some time, and if you don't use it for a while you do have to soak it. So I've just added my oil, and you could use coconut oil or whatever your preferred oil is. I use avocado oil. Then we're going to add our seeds, or basically the big bits. So the bay leaf, 1 inch of the cinnamon, 2 of the cardamom pods. And we're going to let those sizzle for a minute. Love the smell of cinnamon. Okay, so they are sizzling. And they're getting lovely. And things are splashing, and I forgot my apron, so let me put that on. And then we're going to add the onions. That's about a cup and a half finely sliced onions. You can use yellow onion or red onion or white onion, whatever you happen to have at hand. Now we're going to just cook those until they start to turn golden. So that'll take a few minutes. You do want to give your onions a bit of a stir now and then, otherwise they're going to burn. And if you want to add a green chili, you can put that in with the onions. Personally, like I say, always, I am not that fond of super hot things, so I don't like spicy. Well, a little spicy is good, but not really. I do much better if I tone it down. So, okay, now that our onions are on the golden side, we're going to add our minced onion and garlic. Stir that in. Just give that a minute to become fragrant. Now I'm going to add our coconut milk and our tomato puree. If you want to take the time, you could use fresh tomatoes and dice them fine, or canned tomatoes diced, and use those and stir those in and let them cook down, but you want them to cook down pretty much to a mush. At this point we're going to add our spices. So in my little dish here I have cumin, garum masala, turmeric, salt, ground coriander. So if you can't find Kashmiri chili, go ahead and use smoked paprika and a little bit of cayenne. I can't deal with cayenne, so I'm just using a little bit of an Asian chili powder and some smoked paprika. I'm going to stir that all in, and we're going to let that cook and thicken and become cooking nicely. Now, if you did choose to use fresh tomatoes or canned tomatoes, which you wanted to drain before you put them in, and things start to get a little too dry, you can add some water or the stock from boiling your chickpeas. So in this, just to be safe, I have some water on standby. I have used some water to rinse my tomato puree bottle, and if I need it, it won't be just plain water. You don't want this to be super spicy. The Kashmiri chili powder is nowhere near as spicy as you would expect. It's aromatic, it provides a wonderful color, and it's flavorful, but it does not have that spice to it. Not as much as other chili powders do. So, if you are substituting for cayenne or another chili powder, please make sure you decrease your amount. I think a teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder. If you're substituting something else, you're going to go with maybe a quarter of a teaspoon of cayenne and a teaspoon of smoked paprika, or a similar amount of other chili powder. This is not meant to be a really hot, spicy dish. Since I am waiting for other things to cook, I'm going to add some of the water to my sauce, because it is getting very thick, but it is looking wonderful. And let's take a little taste here. We do want to check and see if we have enough salt in. That is quite spicy, but not too bad. And yeah, we're going to do a little bit of salt. I don't think it needs a whole lot, but a little bit. And the longer you let it cook, the more intense the flavors will get. So I'm not too worried about it coming off the stove right away. Although if you want it done as a quick dinner, that is possible. I mean, it's not a huge deal. This can be done in 30 minutes. I'm taking my time just because I have the time. Okay, now that our sauce is thickened a bit, we're going to add our chickpeas and let them simmer in it to absorb the flavor and become yummy, yummy, yummy. And they are soft, so let me just grab one here. And yeah, let me just put it in the hot sauce. So let me get you one out of there. So I can. The chickpeas now squish quite easily between your fingers. So you don't want to cook them too much longer because they are already soft, and you don't want them turning to mush. So at this point, if you're still waiting for other things to cook, you could turn this off and just let them warm through in the sauce. So there we have my chickpea curry, served with some steamed rice and a lovely tomato salad. If you want to add a piece of baked chicken or something to it, that's an option. But as this stands, it is a wonderful vegan meal. I hope you liked the video. I hope you loved the recipe. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you know when I put up the next one. I will be back soon with a new recipe. Thank you so much for watching.